Hello and welcome back. So today we are going to continue building our application right here, and in other videos we have already created our backend right here. We have already connected with database, and also we created background services here which we connected to the same database as you can see in this diagram. So now in the last video we completed working on our background services, and now we are going to proceed and start looking at other places. For example, now we are going to start looking at our front end. So I'm going to take this line here and cancel this part that we are calling front end here. And if you can check here, you can see this is the front end, and this is the part that user will be able to interact with and be able to see. So first of all, we started with other areas where user doesn't see and interact with without knowing. And now we are going to start now working on our front end, and then we are going to proceed to the admin side here. So if you haven't watched the other videos, kindly go back and watch the other videos so that you'll be able to understand what you are going to do from here. So now what we are going to do is now to install React, because we are using React on our front end right here. And with our React, we are not going to install React using create React app, because that it takes a lot of time and it is not the optimal way of doing things. But we are going to use a tool that is called Vite, and you can come here and look for Vite and learn more about Vite. So I'm going to look for Vite here, and you will be able to see Vite is very good when it comes to be able to run and React application, and also be able to build the React application. So I can still come here, and then you'll be able to see why Vite, and you can see the problem that Vite is solving here. So you can see before ES modules were available in browsers, developers had no native mechanisms for authoring JavaScript in a modularized fashion. This is why we are familiar with concept of bundling, using tools that crawl, process, and concatenate our source modules into files that can run into browser over time. So you can learn about all these things, and this will help you to run your application faster, React application faster, and also be able to build. So I'm not going to go deeper into this, because this is something that you can go through on your free time. So I'm going to close this documentation, and I'm going to show you another documentation on how to install React using Vite and also configure Tailwind CSS, because we are going to use Tailwind CSS. So here you can see this is the documentation on how to install Tailwind CSS with Vite and React. So here you can be able to see this is the first command that you need to run. This one, create a Vite and retest my project. So this is the name of the project. So if I come here to my VS Code, you'll be able, let me clear everything first of all, and here you'll be able to see that I actually run this command here. So this is the first command that I ran here, but you can see for my case I didn't add my project name here, because I wanted my project to be called Frontend here. So I just added dot here rather than my app. So another thing is you can see after that, that's why I didn't cd into my project, because already I'm in the project that I want to my project to be. So don't cd into any project or anything. Just you can just go like me, just create a frontend folder if you haven't, and then you can navigate to that folder using cd frontend, and then you can follow my steps here. So another thing that I did now, I installed Tailwind CSS here, and if you check here, you'll be able to see the command, the command that I ran as a second command. Also, I created or ran this also one for the Tailwind here, this one for initializing Tailwind in my application, of which this is the command here. And then the other thing after that is to be able to open this tailwind.config.js file, and that is here. Let me show you. So this one, tailwind.config.js, And what you need to do here is that you'll find that this content here will be having just an empty array here. So you need to just add to these 2 lines of code here as indicated in this documentation right here. So another thing also, you need to open index.css and you need to add these 3 lines of code up on at the top. So I'm going to show you. So after that, then you need to open your index.css, this one here, and you can see I added these 3 lines of code here. So these are just configuring Tailwind CSS in our application, and then after that you can be able to see now you can run that application now. So I've not run the application, so I'm going to run the application with you guys. So I'm going to just add npm run dev like that, and then here let's see how it will run. So you can see, because I already have application that is running on port 5173, now this application here will be able to run on this port 5174. That is the next port. So I'm going to open here like that application, and you can see this is a Vite plus React here. So I'm going to just make sure that is just adjacent to this other application that we already had built. So I'm going to close also this many tabs here and also this documentation. So I have my project that is completed. I have now the front end here that we are going to start creating, and I have this one that demonstrates how our application is working. So this is now easy. First of all, the first thing that I need to change here is this title. I don't want it to be Vite plus React. I want it to be Beauty Breeze. So I'm going to come up here and let me see in index.html right here. I'm going to change this to be Beauty Breeze. So let's see. So Beauty Breeze. And also I don't want to have this icon here. If you have your icon, you can create a icon here and add it as CFG. So I don't want to have this icon, and this icon is the one that you can see here, this one, and you can see the title already has changed. So I'm going to just remove this icon like that. And if I save now, you'll be able to see we don't have the icon right now, but you can add your icon. And now the other thing that I want to do is I want to remove every styling and also this boilerplate code here. So first thing, if you come to this app.js, app.jsx, so you can see this is where actually the boilerplate is, this code that is being displayed here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove everything inside here like that. Also, I'm going to remove this state and also everything that is here. So like that. So if I save this and come back here, you'll be able to see that we have this just a blank application, but also I want us to remove the black background. So I'm going to format also this, and let's come to the index.css here, and I'm going to remove this like for example this background color that is black. And if I save that, and you'd be able to see that, let me just remove everything that is inside here. And actually let me just first of all remove this styling here. So like that. So let's see what will change right here in our application. So nothing. So I'm going to remove every styling that we have here. So I'm going to just be left, or we can just leave this like font family here, line height, I think, font weight, I think what I'm going to remove here is just this other styling here like that. And I think we should have a blank just a blank application that doesn't have a dark background. So I'm going to just save this, and if I come back here let us reload, and I can see still it's have a dark color. So let me see where the dark color is coming from. So I'm going to go to main.js here, and I'm going to remove this index.css. Let me first of all remove it, and let's see. Yeah, you can see, I think now the dark color is inside that. We have the dark color in that index.css here, and I don't know why, because I cannot be able to see that dark color, like dark, was this dark here. So yeah, but on, well, let me just remove this part here and see. If I remove this and then I just reload, you can see here, yeah, we have now this blank application here that doesn't have anything, or let's just add the text. So I'm going to just close this, and also here I want to just close these many other tabs, so that we just be left with what this up here. So here I'm going to add, for example, h1 heading to just test if my application is working. So test, and let's see. So if I just create a test here, and you can see right here we have the test. You can see this test. So I want to know if my Tailwind is working. So I'm going to just use class name here, and I don't know why it is just adding things. So here we have a class name, and here I can just say, for example, text and to Excel. And if I do that, come back here, you can see that this text has become bigger. That's because we have added our font size here, and you can just hover over it and you can see the font size that you have added in plain CSS. So now I think that's what I wanted to show right here, how to initialize that application. And now inside this SRC here folder, I'm going to have pages. So let me create pages folder, and also I'm going to have something like components. So this where we are going to have components. I think I have spelled it right. So now I want to have, like, to start with a page that is called home page here. So you can see this is our home page. This is the root page that user will land in, or just like a landing page where user can be able to see some things in this home page here. So I'm going to create that. So inside our pages here, I'm going to have a home page. So home, you can call just home or just home page. I'm just going to call it home. And here I can use a shortcut RFCE. And this one here, we are going to have, we can be able to use that to be able to create a component. So I'm going to remove everything here. And now, because I want it to be displayed on app.jsx here, I'm going to just import it here. So I want at least my return here to be covered using this bracket here. And let me just format my code. So inside here now, I think this one we can have it as div rather than fragment. So inside here now, I can call my home page. So home, and you can see here we have auto completion. So I'm going to just import it like that. You can be able to see it here. It has been imported, and right here you can see now we are displaying our home. So now this application is just okay, but if you check here, you'll be able to see, let me show you. So if you check here, you can be able to see that this application have several pages. For example, you can come up here to basket, and you can see this is a different page here. And also something else that I need you to notice is that our navbar here is just here, and also our footer doesn't change. We are just having the footer and the navbar in every page. So if I go to, for example, my account here, you can be able to see that this is a different page here, and we need to create a multi-page application. So what we are going to do right here is, first of all, install what we call React Router DOM, because that is the package or the library that will help us to create a multi-page. So I'm going to cd into Frontend. You just go with me here and do on your side. So I'm going to just say npm install, and then here we can just say React router DOM, like that. So install this package here, and I'm going to show you how to use this package here to be able to create a page, just application that has different pages. So it is still installing here, like that. So after that, now I'm going to create some pages, and also I'm going to create some components. So for example, I'm going to have another page that is called my account. So let me just have it, let me call it my account.jsx. Here I'm going to have it as RFCE, and here I'm going to remove the React, and here we are going to close this first also. And also I'm going to have another page here, and I'm creating this multiple page here because I want you to notice something. So I'm going to have a cat.jsx here, and I can just have RFCE, and then I'm going to just remove that. So I want to save on that, and because we have 3 pages here, I want us to also inside here have a component. For example, we are going to have navbar.jsx, and let's have it as a component. Use this RFCE, and if you're wondering how I'm using RFCE to be able to create component, you can install a package that is called ES7 React Redux. I'm going to show you in a second. So here also I need to have a footer.jsx, like that, and I'm going to add RFCE here. So and create now that as a component. So I want to just close these pages here because I want us to have a clean space where we can work in. So now we have pages and we have component. So I wanted before that to show you the plugin that you, or the extension that you need to install so that you can be able to use that shortcut RFCE. So you need to come here to VS Code if you are using VS Code, and look for ES7 here. If you'll be able to see this React, or this ES7 React Redux and whatever. I don't know why mine, oh actually it's this one here. Yeah, you can see this ES7 plus React Redux React Native. So if you install this, you'll be able to use that shortcut, and you'll be able to create component in an easier using that shortcut. So now I think we have now multiple pages. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to just show you how to create a application that has a multi-page. So I'm going to first of all import, and we are going to import several things from React Router DOM. So React Router DOM here. So if you don't know how to create a multi-page using React, you can just follow me, and then you just code after that. So here we are going to install we are going to import what is called React Provider. Also, we are going to have create browser, and another thing that we are going to have is outlet, but that will come, we are going to use it later. So we have these 3, but let me first of all just leave router, and we can just concentrate with this too so that you don't get confused. So the first thing that you need to create is what we are calling router. So I'm going to have a variable called router here, and we can have create browser router, like that. And inside this one, this is a function that accepts an array of now the different pages, and it accepts them in a in an object, and an object that has a path. So the path is the route for that page. So for example, by default, we are going to have the home page as this slash here, or the root page, and also it need to have an element. So for an element here, we can be able to add element as any page. So in my element here, I'm going to have it as my home page, like that. So now we can be able to add another page now, so using the same. So you can just copy this because it's just the same, and paste it here. And for this one, I can just say something like cut, and here I can import my cut page. So I don't know why I cannot be able to see it here, but I can import it manually. So here I can just come and say import cut, and this cut is from now the pages, and cut, you can be able to see it here. And I want to just see if I created that page. Yes. So now the other thing that I'm going to have here is you can have another I'm going to have another part, which is, or another page that is called my account. So my account, and for my account here, I'm going to have my account, or I called it, my account page. So my account page. So I don't know why auto completion is not working for me. So I'm going to see if I created here. So this is my account. So I'm going to import here manually. So import my account. You can be able to see here now auto completion is working. So I import it like that. So I have specified now the pages that I'm going to have here in create browser router, and these are object. So now after you have done that, you need to come here. You are not going to return now the page, because now we have different pages, and what we are going to have now is router. We are going to return router provider, like that, and we need to specify also the router as a prop. So these are prop here, and we are going to accept router here that we have created up here. So I'm going to save that. I'm going to format my code, and I'm formatting using a plugin that is called Prettier. So you can go up here to my extension, or to your VS extension, and look for an extension that is called Prettier. So just Prettier, and you'll be able to see this one here. Just install it, and you'll be able to just right click and be able to format your code. So let me go back and show you now our application here. So you can see by default here, because our default page here, this slash here is home. So you can see we are displaying home. And if I go now to press like cut, now we are going to display another page here. So, and also if I go back, and if I go to my account, let me see what I added here, my account. So if I go to my account, let me just add here my account. You can see now we have my account right here. So another thing that I wanted is I wanted us to have let me just go back here. I wanted us to I'm going to show you something, because I forgot to show you something, and why we have created that multi-page using this library. So I'm going to remove, just cut off that. I'm going to cut off like that part, and just go back, show you something. So I'm going to just come back here, and if I do this, for example, you can see now we have just only created router, but we have not returned React provider, or we are not using that library to manage our router here. So if I come back here, you'll be able to see that my application is running, and my application is running fine. But let's try and go to cut page. So if I try to go to the cut page here, you'll be able to see that it is still in the home page, in a home here. So if I try to go to another, for example, my account page, like that, you'll be able to see that is just displaying home, because this is a single page application. So let me just now return the React provider. So this is a React provider. Let me add it here now. So router provider. Oh, it's just router provider, not React, sorry. So let me add router now. And here now we have already created now our application. So it has different pages. We have added pages like home, cart, and my account. So you can continue and add many other pages right down here. So now before that, I want us to just see something here. So if you just come here, you'll be able to see that our navbar and footer are in every page. So that means if you want to go, for example, to a page like my account here, you need to have the navbar up here and the footer. So I'm going to show you how to create that so that navbar and footer will be displayed in every page. So to do that, you need to create something called layout. So let's create layout for our application. So up here, I'm going to create a layout function. So layout, and it's not a must you call it layout, but because it's layout, you need to at least be you can be able to call it layout. So in layout here, you need to return. So return layout, we are going to return how we want our layout to look like. So mine here, I'm going to use fragment like that. And inside here is where we are going to define our layout. So first thing, let me just have it as a div actually rather than fragment. So I think this actually, you can, let me just format. Yeah, so inside here I can just have for example, and what we are going to display. So I'm going to display navbar first of all. So I need to have navbar. I cannot be able to see navbar here, so I'm going to just import it manually. So import navbar, and navbar from, now this one is from components. So from components and then navbar like that. So let me see if I have actually created here. Yeah, I've created it. So also I need to check if footer, actually here I misspelled, this should be footer, not footer. So let me remove 10 here, and you can save this. This one also should be just footer. Here is has a just 10. So let me remove this extra 0 here. So footer like that, and I need to just have a footer down here, so like that, and I want to import it. So let me import footer from the component. So from my components, so it's component and footer like that. Okay, now I'm going to format also my code because I'm leaving a lot of spaces. And now, because I want now the other pages to be inside here, so to show navbar at the top, footer at the bottom, and other pages right here, we are going to use something that is called outlet. So for outlet, let us call this outlet here, and we can add now this outlet here, outlet like that. And if I save this and format it, you'll be able to see that nothing is changing. So if I go back to my home page here, you'll be able to see that nothing changes, and we are still on we are just have home page here. We don't have navbar at the top and footer at the bottom. So to do that, to be able to display it like that, you need to come up here and you need to modify in this router here, and here I'm going to have we are going to display here, rather than now the element here being the page, I'm going to show the layout. So let me have the layout here, and then inside now layout we are going to have children. So our children is also array, and array this array of pages. So here we can specify now if the path here, you can specify the route. So for example, this is the home page here. We need to display it, and we are going to have element. So the element here will be home, like the page that we want to display, that is. So for the other also, for example, for this one here, we are going to have it as for example cat, and we are going to display cat here. So this is cat, and we are going to have also another page here, and this page here we are going to have is my account, and display my account here, my account, like that. So now using this, now we can be able to display navbar and a footer in every page that you are going to have. So if I save that, and you can come here, you can be able to see that we have navbar, home and footer. So let's go to another page. So let me just go to the cart here. You can be able to see in the cart you have navbar, cart, and then footer. If I just go to another page, for example my account, you are going to see that we are going to also have navbar, now my account page, and then the footer. So you can see what I mean by creating that layout. So now in our application, if I check for this home page here, because we need to start now creating our application, we'll be able to see in our application also we need to have this part that we are calling announcement, or you can call it the way you want to call it. So this part here that has this simple typewriter here. So let's do that. So I'm going to create another component, and this component, in my case, let me call it just announcement. You can call it the way you want. So JSX, and let me do RFCE here. After that, I can be able to remove the importation there, and in here I need also, because now this for this announcement is also in every page, so I'm going to add it here in my layout up here. So announcement, I think, yeah, I can see it, announcement there, and I can save this. So if I do that, you'll be able to see in this we have announcement in every page also. So let's first of all create our announcement so that we be able to display it up here. So let's create announcement first of all. So for the announcement here, we need to create something that will be typing, and that is what we are calling typewriter. So you can see this, there are some text that are being typed here. You can see this text here. So there's a way that you can be able to create this, and we can use a package that is called React Simple Typewriter. So I'm going to look for that React Simple, and you can already see here the auto completion typewriter. I'm going to this npm, so I'm going to click it, and you'll be able to see how to use it. So you can see this simple typewriter here. You can be able to install using npm I, and then simple typewriter. So I can copy it like that, and then paste it here like that. I think I have let me just first of all make sure that I can be able to install it here, and you can learn more about the documentation. For example, you see here the documentation, you just import it from React Simple Typewriter here, and then you add it here. So it has certain props that you can be able to add. For example, the type speed, the read speed, and delay, duration, all these things. and here you can be able actually to see it in action. And also they have added these optional props here, so you can just import it and then copy this and be able to display it here there. And here I think I have installed it, so I'm going to import it up here. So import actually I can just copy. I think that would be easier. So import typewriter like that. Yeah, you need to import it this typewriter like that, and we are going to add it inside here. So let me copy also, for example, this one for the for this example. So copy this and we can be able to paste it here and see if it will work. So let me have it there, and you can be able to see that even we have these functions, but I'm not going to dwell on this. You can, on your free time, you can go and search more what they do. So I'm going to save my code, and if I come back to my application here, you can see we have a typewriter here. So we have this that is typing up here, but I want now to style it so that it looks like this one here. So let's now be able to style using now the Tailwind CSS. So I'm going to have my class name here, and I'm going to use a different background. So here I'm going to use background color E9 here, and AC, and then D9 like that. So let's save that first of all and see. So for our application here, you can see now we have that. Another thing that I want to actually have here is text should be white like that, and also we can have the text font size. We can give it like a text of 18 pixels, and we can have also font to be of semi bold, and also we can have height of, can give a height of 30 pixels, and also we can have the item to be centered. So to center them, we can use display flex, and then I can say item center, or we can just start it here. We can start with centering them. So here we are going to have flex. We are going to have items to be center, and justify also to be center here like that. So let's see if we have centered the text. Yeah, you can see already here now the text here has been centered. So I want to change now the text because my text here should be different. So I'm going to use here, for example, beauty breeze. So these are like array of text. So beauty breeze, and then this one I can add something like everything. This is like a promotional text. Everything on discount. Everything on discount. So let me add another text here on a discount, and I'm going to say, for example, 20%, and then I can just say 20% off like that. I think we can save this and see how our announcement will look like. So let's see. And still here I need to reload, I think so that it displays. So you can see beauty breeze, and you can be able to see everything on discount and 20% off. Yeah, so you can be able to see it there. So we have our announcement part here. So I don't also want this video to be longer than this, so I'm going to end my video here. But before that, let us push our code. So I'm going to do git branch here first of all, and you can see we are in a front-end branch. So I'm going to add and say here, for example, I'm going to add commit, and then say that added frontend or started frontend, you can just comment what you want. So started frontend here, and I can be able to push now, git push origin, and now I want to just be able to push frontend branch. So let me add my passphrase. So my passphrase, and then the other thing is I can be able to push now the code. So the code has been pushed. If I come back here and be able to open now the my repo and see if we have what we are calling maybe the, let me show you the pull request. So if I open this one here, already you know you need to have a notification here, so you can see frontend has been pushed 24 seconds ago. So I can be able to compare and pull request. So compare and pull request here like that. And the other thing is it will be checking for ability to merge automatically. And after that, we can merge pull request and confirm merge. And I think now after that is okay. So that is it. I think you have learned something today. So another thing is that don't forget to like this video, and also you can be able to subscribe to this YouTube channel and turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified the next time I upload a new video. Have a great day. See you on the next video.